Like,
Are you rolling?
yeah, we rolling.
Okay.
You eating? Good?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
You hungry? we been here for a minute.
That's true.
Yo, before we started this, we were looking at this Childish Gambino video. He's come a long way.
Yeah, Donald Glover, for people who don't know who Childish Gambino is.
Yeah, he's a genius, bro. You can't. ATL.
Yeah, he's been
By way of Stone Mountain was
I will
stronghold
say,
for
I
the
will
Ku
say,
Klux
I would
Klan.
say Atlanta, Chicago, New York. They produce some good people.
Culture.
They produce this podcast
For the
basically.
culture, bro.
culture.
I like how you put
like
that
that.
together.
All right.
I like
and
how you
then,
put that together.
I mean, that's how we bring it in. Episode 8. My man Rose in here.
Yo, what's good, man? Let's get it.
AD.
AD all day, baby.
Your man Tony Stallion on the mic. Let's get it. Episode 8. Let's go. But it's crazy. I just was thinking back to other shit in life, and people would be like, nah, that's too Latino for me. That's too Hispanic for me. I'm like, yo, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Right.
I don't know what that means. Maybe it's too much for them.
But are we saying it's too whatever from like a business standpoint?
Well, they were talking about
work?
these situations. They were talking about the culture and the music. Like, I don't know. I think it's when you say that you're basically saying taking all the stereotypes of that culture and saying it's too yada yada yada.
Too spicy.
Too spicy, yeah. Like I'd be people would tell me
I think
like
we need to be more direct with this because let's come out with like an example or something because I don't think the listeners would really understand what
stereotypes. I don't know. Let me think.
Well, I mean, okay. You watch Blackish?
Yeah.
Is that too black for you?
But what does too black mean?
Well, I mean, it depends on.
Blackish
right?
is like coffee with some cream in it.
It is because
It's not,
in my opinion,
because they don't hit too many issues.
No, they don't. But they keep it very safe for as
ABC.
All right.
as ABC's audience, which is a lot of times probably gonna be quote unquote from a
maybe when they move
middle
to
America. Okay, it's ATL too black.
For me, no.
It's insecure too black.
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. You know, I'm just gonna say.
Nah,
It's
not
Atlanta.
for me.
I was thinking about the movie T.I.
Okay, both.
Oh, all right, that's
Both.
good.
Fuck it, both. Because it's the same.
No, I
narrative.
think that shit is on
Black
point.
Panther too
I think
black?
It's on point.
Black
The movie?
Panther is very
No.
black.
So here's an
But
example.
it's palatable,
Exactly.
right? Because it's a superhero movie.
Exactly. It's
So here's
fictional.
an example. So there's a cat that we all worked with in the past.
Okay.
So we were at work one day, and it was like lunchtime or whatever, and I happened to have hot sauce at my desk. Right? Check it out, right? You know what I'm saying? Listen, man.
Sometimes you need some spice.
I'm you know why I fuck with Master P and all of them?
You got a lot in common.
Because
bro.
he was now I could break it down. So I said, I got hot sauce at my desk. Now mind you, he came over and he saw the hot sauce and he said, "What? That's too ethnic for me," and he walked off. Perhaps that's an example. But the thing about that is, it was bullshit to me because, I was at Sweet Chick the other day, and it was a bunch of people in there that don't look like me, and they was eating all the fucking fried chicken,
and hot sauce.
and they had mad hot sauce on their shit. So,
But it's funny because you look at the world, most of the food is very spicy. Any group that's like, ain't even just black people, but most non-European groups of people, or as some people would say, indigenous people, season their food.
God bless the person from the South. I'm going to say the South, not even the South. I'm going to say this from the South.
And it's spicy food.
Yeah.
That invented chicken and waffles. Like, how the hell did
That actually came from Harlem.
That didn't come from the South?
That did not come from the South. That is a
I don't
Harlem
believe
invention.
that.
That is from
shit.
Harlem. Harlem is
shit.
more. It was what?
Yeah, we had the
a lot of
Renaissance.
Southerners migrated
And
to
we
the
had-
north.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But that's
where my grandparents
that is
came
an
up.
invention from Harlem, New York City.
And if you think about that concept, it makes a lot of sense. You have the waffle, you put the syrup on it, sweetness, right?
Yeah.
Then you take the chicken and you put hot
That's
sauce,
flavor.
spice, nice blend, done. Bong bong.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
So the term too ethnic, too black, too Latino,
Bullshit.
Too LGBT.
too
It's
LGBT,
bullshit.
too Irish, too
It's
this,
bullshit.
too that. It depends on who you're talking to.
I'm ghetto as fuck. I call it out. And I know, like in the past, I broke down in the chat the difference between being ghetto and ratchet. Ghetto is just like a circumstance, so it's unconventional. Like you do things like, so if you thirsty and you want a juice, you went and got Kool-Aid. Like you took the sugar and you took the packaged Kool-Aid and you had something to drink, and you drinking with the ice in the summertime, and all you and your cousins are sharing that shit.
Man, look.
You know what I'm saying? Ratchet is a choice. You just doing shit just because. Like, I don't want to really sit up in there and eat drink Kool-Aid. I would prefer to have orange juice, but
Look,
my
you
mama
have to,
couldn't
yeah,
afford it.
circumstances.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the circumstance.
Yeah.
We used to eat the Kool-Aid, and I say eat it. We used to consume Kool-Aid without the water, bro. It was the Kool-Aid
Oh,
mixed
shit.
with sugar.
Yo, what's your
Without the
Yo,
water.
shout out to
real
Master
quick.
P. Shout out to Master P that said, I'm from the ghetto,
Eat
grew up
the
on eggs
Kool-Aid.
and rice.
Yo, real
Yo, I
quick
used
though.
to eat mayonnaise sandwiches, bro.
Yo,
You ever had a mayonnaise
ketchup
sandwich?
I had ketchup
sandwiches.
sandwiches because I ain't had no meat.
Mayonnaise
So look.
sandwiches, bro?
Yo, real quick, what was your Kool-Aid to sugar water balance?
I just told you. We said eat the Kool-Aid.
When you made the drink.
No. Sometimes we would
right.
make the drink,
Rose-
but sometimes we would
Rose,
just
what's
eat
your
that
sugar?
shit out of a bag.
I heard you. You ate the shit out the bag, bro.
Ate out
I
the
heard
bag,
it.
bro.
I'm not
Without
shocked.
water.
You think you shocking me?
You ate it like with just the mix
I
and
never
just the
ate
sugar.
it. No, I never ate it.
I'm just saying. Moral of the story is
Don't eat your Kool-Aid.
Nah, be you. Regardless of
Right.
who you are,
Be you.
Be you. If you're a dude in the
like that.
South that drive around a red truck with a dog and a fucking gun, you just being you. Now you ain't gotta like that, you know what I mean? But just being you. Or if you're just a brother or a sister or whatever who's doing ghetto fabulous shit, whatever that may means, just be you. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to sell some shit to a brand or a client or whatever, at the end of the day, they goofy. They're trying to buy what you have. So the idea of being too whatever, that's bullshit.
That's my point. That's why it's bullshit. As long as they like you and, you're delivering, man, they don't give a fuck about no shit like that.
As long as that
As long as that
money's
check
coming.
And the check is
I was
clean.
just about to say, as long as that check
In most
clear.
cases, I'm not saying all cases. In most cases, like if you're delivering and you ain't trying to fuck no shit up, you ain't making nobody mad.
But my thing is, don't be too something and play into the stereotypes.
Yeah,
like there are
I
some
agree.
shows.
stereotype.
No, there are some shows and some
Yeah.
things out there where they're acting, I guess, quote unquote.
So the
ratchet.
thing about that,
That's when it's a stereotype.
Yeah.
You're pandering.
but here's the thing, like I know people who do that, and
It's an
fucking
act?
People like it. Like what Hov said, I'm from the hood, and I ain't from the rap hood. I know exactly what he meant when he said
Yeah.
that, right? So there's people who might come from off different places, and you have your ideas about these places because you've been there before, and they'll come in and they be like, oh, shit is lit and all this shit in the office. I'm like, yo, that shit's not even professional to me. But it's just not professional to me.
Yeah.
But people like it as long as they like you, because a lot of ways they just want to be entertained. So if you're smiling and you're entertaining people, they'll fuck with it.
Yeah.
Stop entertaining people for free.
There you go.
If you're gonna entertain
Nah,
somebody,
but some people getting a check.
get a check, bro.
They
No,
get-
but I'm saying
No,
though, don't entertain for
And
free.
you know that's
Get a check.
one of my
If you're gonna entertain, get a check.
that's one of my it's one of it's
That's
one
your
of my
sayings.
one of my catchy
It's
sayings.
one of Rose's 10 Commandments.
Cool and get a check.
Yo, so I was watching this show, right? It's a mixed group of, it's a mixed family on HBO. I forget what this shit's called. Basically, point being, this woman picked up her daughter from school, and the daughter was crying because she was saying like, oh yeah, this other girl called me and said I look like Poopy because she was black. The little girl's black, and said that the girl said she liked Poopy because she's black.
Right.
You mean like
Like poop, like shit.
doo doo?
Yeah, doo-doo. You know, kids
Damn,
poopy.
you fucked up, man.
I mean, the term poopy, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It just seems very.
My question is for you guys, like, yo, I mean, all right. In the show, they made it like a racial thing.
Yeah.
Where it was like, the mother went to talk to the other mother and was like, oh, yo, like, you know, your daughter said my daughter looks like poop because she's black. And then the other mother's response was like, oh, like, your daughter said my daughter looks like a carrot head, but I didn't come talk to you about it.
Yeah.
My point being is, where's the line if you have a kid or if you have nieces and nephews, where's the line when it's racial to when it's just shooting the dozens? Because to me, growing up,
It was the dozens.
to me, growing up, it's like, yo, you gotta know how to joke, or else you're gonna have a long childhood
fucking life.
If you sensitive,
You have a hard life.
if you think about it, that bullying helps you when you get older.
Yeah, it does. Chris Rock said that. Like, we need more bullies in the world.
Yeah,
I agree.
look at who's president.
Yeah.
The biggest bully out there.
Big ass
And
bully.
he talked about Zuckerberg becoming who he is because of a bully. And,
Yeah.
You know, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
A lot of great people came from bullying.
People on this podcast.
Yeah.
Shit.
The bullies I had to deal with was physical.
Yeah.
Like,
I got my
it
ass
wasn't
kicked
no
when I was in school.
wordplay. If it was just wordplay, I'll win that.
I guess my
Well, you
question
had to
is,
fight
for
them
something like
motherfuckers.
that, do you tell your niece, nephew, like, yo, do you open up your book of jokes and be like, yo, listen, this is what you gotta do next time? Or do you have that, or do you think it's like a racial conversation where it's like, yo, like,
I think it's both.
Okay.
I mean, look, you know, I got 4 older siblings, and I mean, it was always like, you know, we was just at each other, right? It just happened, right? And they really taught me how to deal with a bully, either verbally or physically, you know. And sometimes a bully won't look like you. They may look like some other ethnic group,
Right.
And they may say some shit that's gonna hurt. And, you know, you just gotta be able to be
You
like...
gotta be quick.
You gotta be quick with it. Because sometimes, you know, I just feel like not every situation a parent got to get involved with some kid shit. Because kids gonna be kids regardless of their ethnic group, right?
That's true.
They're just gonna be kids. Kids are the most malicious, evil motherfuckers on the planet.
They some of the
I would
realest
say
motherfuckers.
they're real, though.
They one of the
real as
honest.
shit.
They're
They're
the most
very
honest.
They're very real, and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They just don't.
Until
They
they get
real as
older
shit.
and get beat down by life.
But yeah, but I don't know, man. I just feel
What you
like
think, Rose? Sorry.
Go
Nah,
ahead.
finish
No,
what you're
no, no.
saying.
No,
These
I
are-
guess the
Go
point
ahead,
is
finish.
this, man. I mean, you have to assess it from one situation, scenario to the next, right? Some things are highly racial. Like, I got some friends who live in a certain part of Georgia. Their kid was called the N-word, and it was called the N-word by another kid. Obviously, that kid learned that from their parents.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when it gets a little tricky. But in other instances, kids gonna be kids.
Yeah.
You just gotta train your kid to be like, yo, motherfucker say some shit, you gotta come back on their ass. And that may require being verbal. I ain't advocating this. It may require being a little physical. Sometimes an ass whipping is a good teaching.
Everybody got to get ass whooped
Yeah,
once
that's
in a
true,
while.
man. I think you gotta give kids the tools to navigate through life, like when you're not around. Like, I remember when I was a kid, at 2 years old, maybe 1 year old, I seen Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I see,
Great
like,
film, by the way.
I knew who
Great film.
Elijah Muhammad was when I was 2-3 years old.
Right.
I knew
Same
who, Farrakhan was when I was 2-3 years old. I knew who
You do the 5%.
I knew all that. So
Yeah.
I guess I was being equipped with information to understand, like, all right, this is America. This is, how stuff is. But at the same time, you're a kid, and everyone doesn't have that level of understanding. So you don't take it as personal because it's like a bigger thing out
Right.
there. So it's something you got to deal with. Like, I can't go out there and fight that battle for you because, like, for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
What if I expire? Then what's
Right.
gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
true.
going to do
What
when
are you
you
gonna
solo?
do?
Yeah, what you
So-
gonna do when I'm not here?
As long as I give you the information to navigate through life, and you got to pick and choose your battles. Some dudes is just too big, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna kick him and run, and then you out. So I mean, bullying, that's just a part of being kids, or like kids have misunderstandings. Like, I'm sure I said some crazy shit
I said
to
some
some
wild shit, yeah.
kid a long time ago, And I'm sure they've said some crazy shit to me, but I mean, I don't even remember it. So, it's just part of childhood, man. Like, as long as from at home that you're bringing that level of understanding, you got to build them up to what you think they need to be and where you think they need to be, and then they're on their own. Like, you give them life. Everything else is a choice.
Yeah.
That's a good way to wrap it up.
It's true.
The only thing I would add is you gotta give them the right knowledge.
Knowledge is important.
Because like you said, like the kid who called you, was it your cousin, nigga?
I'm just gonna say.
All right. Well, the person
I'm not
who's
gonna say
called
a family member, but someone.
The person who was in the South who was called nigga. If you on the flip side, that family taught their kids. They gave them the knowledge and the tools, but it wasn't in a positive way. It wasn't the right thing.
Yeah.
Give your kids the right shit.
A lot of times
I like the way
people gotta stop babying these kids, man, because the world is real out there.
World fucked up.
The world
just
is
gotta
fucked
deal
up.
with this shit, man.
It's a good way to end that topic.
This is a heavy ass podcast.
Yo, we keeping it real.
I love top 3.
Yeah, I
think this episode's top 3.
Yo, man, this brings me to a point more in the marketing standpoint.
Yeah.
We talked on this on previous podcasts, but yo, the industry is changing a lot. I hopped in an Uber on my way here.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at yellow cabs left and right. I'm just like, damn, it's crazy how 10 years ago, the only way you moving around in New York, private car, cab service,
they weren't even picking
MTA,
us up.
and the yellow. Well, I was gonna say
Shout
yellow
out to
cabs.
Danny Glover.
Who?
Danny Glover. You don't remember that?
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that story. My man couldn't get picked up. And he's an actor.
He's rich.
And what was the Lethal Weapon? Come on, man. That shit was so big back in the day. There was an article.
He was in The Color Purple, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't like him in that. Man. They try to make him look like, come on.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, in our chat, like, you gotta evolve or
die, right?
or your company will die.
Yeah.
If you think, because I was riding a yellow cab the other day, and if you think about the Uber experience, you got their profile, you can see who they are. It's like they're changing the app a little bit, making it seem a little bit more social.
Right.
And like most of the times, if you have a good Uber driver, you'll talk to them. They'll give you a bottle. They'll give you a bottle of water. They'll talk to you. They'll tell you. Yeah, you make them sound like a pedophile.
Give me candy.
I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, you said it. I ain't
But hop in a yellow cab. They literally have none of those amenities, and you might be paying way more. And you got that plastic glass. There's no human interaction. The experience is way different.
It's an experience of distrust.
Exactly.
Because these guys used to like not pick us up, or they're like,
Us
if you're going to Brooklyn, I moved here 10 years ago.
No Brooklyn.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to Brooklyn. They just take off.
Which they technically not supposed to do.
So,
that's true.
I mean, for me, it's like what you said, evolution. And at the same time, like, I got here in Uber, but it was a green cab as well. So either it's the lack of information, like you're just not on top of your game, because it's people who are going back and forth between being an Uber driver and a green cab driver. Yeah. So if I lost my job and I'm trying to get to an interview and I couldn't pay for it, like I can't give them a sad story. I'm like, yo, man, I lost my job. Like,
they just don't care.
They just not gonna care. So
like, get out my cab.
Not to say like I don't care about the industry, but I feel like they have to evolve and they just need to get like
and they're not the only industry. I mean, I had a couple of things we talked about before.
Before you get to that, I must say, because of rideshare, I can get a cab anywhere because they can't turn down anything right now.
Oh, rideshare is like their app, right? Or is
now when I say rideshare, I'm just talking about like, you know, being able to get any type of cab. So when a yellow cab show up, I just jump in and they ain't tripping about coming to BK.
Word.
Because they like, I'm like, well, you can. I mean,
now they have to because they gotta
get this Uber and this Lyft.
I'm thinking from the standpoint of rewards. Like
on
my Amex card, I get a $15 free Uber ride every month. So of course,
real quick, huh? Good credit, Amex card.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So
I'm just saying. You could have just said on my credit card.
Oh, you know man, he's stunting on you a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
On the
what we playing for?
I got an Amex card.
What we playing for? But so for people that have one, they understand that you know you get a credit. Like you get a credit every month, $15 or maybe I think $20. I think it's $15 that they cover for it. So it's like how the traditional way that your taxi limousine company is operating, like what is the added value? What's beneficial to me as a consumer?
Where?
It's about the consumer.
Yeah.
Companies like Amazon understand that.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say like you got
and it's Black Mirror
you got
again
grocery
with the rating.
Yeah,
you got
transparency.
Black Mirror
Black
makes
Mirror.
it every episode on app, bro.
Hey, look.
But you know why I like
Go watch it.
I
Black
hated
Mirror.
that I didn't like it in Black Mirror, but my rating on Uber is actually really high.
I don't even
I'm
know
good.
my rating is, bro.
My rating
My
was
shit is like 4.5.
They don't like me.
mine was a
They love me.
4.0, and then it went to a 4.6.
Let's just
Wait,
say
all
wait,
because I
in my-
started tipping.
In my
More.
credit-
Oh,
in
yeah,
my
I
But
credit-
I tipped a lot.
all the
I don't
guess-
tip. I'm gonna check my rating.
Hold
you
on,
have
how you
Uber?
gotta
You wanna
have
check
it?
your rating?
Yeah, let me check my rating.
Let's do it right now.
But you
on
know
the
what though? I
podcast.
think sometimes they be hating on the brothers just a
Yeah,
little
they
bit,
do.
just a little
But
bit.
Sometimes I have
Just a little
conversations
bit.
with them.
and that's why it's hard for me to feel bad for you.
all
I
right.
don't
So
feel bad
bet
for you.
yo pull up your Uber app. And
Okay.
just everybody
Yeah,
real
pass me
quick.
the phone.
Yep.
Just click. All right. AD
Yeah, you can
shit
just- you can
charger.
keep up those.
If you just click on this joint, it'll show you your rating.
Yeah, I'm
so if
sure
this
mine-
was Black Mirror, 5
Let me
stars
pull that up.
My
means
rating's probably
you
low.
basically rich.
Yeah, okay, well, I ain't got no.
My
5
rating
stars.
is right under your name.
Just so I was just going.
Mine is
Oh,
four,
4.83?
I got a 4.36.
oh shit, mine is 4.81. So
what's
so
up
we
with that?
rich, baby.
Oh,
If
So,
this is Black
what's
Mirror,
up with
I got
that?
4.8.
How the
What's
fuck
yours?
I got a 4.36? I give these motherfuckers tips.
because when you get in, you keep it too real.
you so
with them.
geeky.
I don't keep it real. I don't say shit.
That's
the
part.
problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah, yo. Get the
Yo,
fuck out of here.
Yo, AD, I
Pay you
can't-
money.
AD, I can't
I'm
fuck with
keeping
you
it
no
real
more.
because I'm not
Yo,
trying to.
I'm so
We-
surprised I got
Yo,
4.83.
Fuck Uber.
4.8.
Yo,
Yo, how the fuck
take
I
a
got a
lot of
4.6?
My credit good with Uber.
I got good credit. Fuck that.
I'm just saying, like, if this is Black Mirror, me
Yeah, we
and Rose
vibing.
couldn't talk
We
to you.
vibing.
I
because,
guess
like,
I be walking.
Because we'd be like, yo, like, I don't want my
that's
rate to
fucked
go
up.
down, bro. Like, I don't want my rate to go
Yo,
down.
real shit. Like I would expect AD to have the highest.
Yo, get the fuck
Yeah,
out
I
of here.
thought I was
Tips.
gonna have the lowest.
Because you
rating.
tip. I don't tip.
I tip all the
tip.
time.
I don't tip.
Yo, they don't like my ass. Fuck
Nah, they
them.
don't
They
like
don't
me.
you.
Okay, so how you got this high rating?
So, I'm
Yeah, because
very
you got the
tra-
highest rating. Why don't you tell the folks how to get your
You
rating
know what's so
up?
crazy?
Because the
I
higher
was
your
gonna
rating
ask
is,
you
the
how'd you
more
get
the
the
more
highest.
the more you get picked up. I don't use my Uber all the time, so
I'm a walk.
That's probably why.
Fuck all this shit. I need to burn the calories anyway.
Nah, man. I mean, I don't know what the trick is to the highest rating. I mean, I'm very
I'm conversational. Exactly.
conversational, and I tip all the time.
I never tip.
I always tip.
I
That's
always
what
I never
tip.
tip, and I'm only 0.2
Yo,
points
I
below.
always-
percentages, or you tip like a certain amount of dollars.
I
In
tip
dollars.
percentages.
I think you can
I
tip percentage. I thought you could only
tip, like I give them like $2.
Nah, I tip percentages.
Word?
Yeah, my man.
And they ain't showing no love like that.
Yo, they don't like my
Nah,
ass.
that's
Fuck them.
disrespectful.
I'm gonna
So I'm
start.
just
I'm
gonna
gonna start
fuck with
tipping
Lyft.
so I can get my shit to like a 4.9.
Yeah.
Bozema, holla at your boy. Why they fucking with me these ratings and shit?
Oh.
Whatever.
That's
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
I gotta
that
get my
is-
rating
that-
up.
Yo,
Yeah.
this is some. Yo, this
That's
is
funny.
crazy.
So you're basically saying because I don't engage the driver, even though I tip them,
Do you say hello?
So
good
his-
morning.
I say
or good
hello, but I
afternoon?
don't like to talk.
I mean, I
like
think
them.
that depends on the sample size too. Like,
Yeah, all right. So I think that depends too, because me, I don't take Uber a lot, so I think that's why my number is so high. Because it's like, it's not like I'm taking it a lot, so it's not like
taking
I
it
take
enough.
them. I take them
Okay.
enough.
That's enough.
okay.
Enough.
Your
I was
rating
gonna ask
is
you
the
how'd you
more
get
the
highest
more
rating.
the more you get picked up. I don't use my Uber all the time, so
I'm a walk.
That's probably why.
Fuck all this shit. I need to burn the calories anyway.
Nah, man. I mean, I don't know what the trick is to the highest rating. I mean, I'm very
I'm conversational. Exactly.
conversational, and I tip all the time.
I never tip.
I always tip.
I
That's
always
what
I never
tip.
tip, and I'm only 0.2
Yo,
points
I
below.
always-
percentages, or you tip like a certain amount of dollars.
I
In
tip
dollars.
percentages.
I think you can
I
tip percentage. I thought you could only
tip, like I give them like $2.
Nah, I tip percentages.
Word?
Yeah, my man.
And they ain't showing no love like that.
Yo, they don't like my
Nah,
ass.
that's
Fuck them.
disrespectful.
I'm gonna
So
start.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna start
fuck with
tipping
Lyft.
so I can get my shit to like a 4.9.
Yeah.
Bozema, holla at your boy. Why they fucking with me these ratings and shit?
Oh.
Whatever. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
I gotta
that
get my
is-
rating
that-
up.
Yo,
Yeah.
this is some. Yo, this
That's
is
funny.
crazy.
So you're basically saying because I don't engage the driver, even though I tip them,
Do you say hello,
So
good
his-
morning?
I say
good
hello, but I
afternoon?
don't like to talk.
I mean, I
like
think
them.
that depends on the sample size too. Like,
It's not like I'm taking it a lot, so it's not
I'm
like
taking
I
it
have-
enough.
I take them
Okay.
enough.
Yeah, I'm pissed at Uber right now. I ain't gonna front. Yeah, I'm like really pissed.
Yeah, we got more.
Yeah.
Prosecco?
Nah, we got some stuff over there, bro.
All right, you want me to pop this Glenlivet?
Yeah, do that.
We're gonna do that. Celebrate a little bit. Nah, real quick. Other industries, groceries, Amazon. What else do I have on this list? Cash.
Cash
A
is
lot of
done.
places people aren't even accepting cash.
Cash is done.
It's like Apple Pay or or credit card.
Credit card,
or- yeah.
any type of contactless payment. I mean, the ideal of cash,
Right.
depending on where you're spending it and I guess who's using it,
Yeah.
it becomes an inconvenience. It's a safety issue. It's
I
also
love
around
having cash.
fraud.
I love having cash.
I love having cash.
I love
too.
having cash because of Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
Cash rules
cash for
everything,
everything
around,
around
me.
me.
Cream get the money.
I just like
dollar
having.
bill.
I like having cash because like a lot of people don't have it.
Yeah.
So
But-
it's just like to me, like, and also too, I go to group dinners and shit, and I don't like
But-
Venmoing.
so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the business of currency.
But real quick, but actually, yeah, let's jump. in there.
And how does all of this affect the Federal Reserve?
Well, let's talk about that too. Because the Federal
Actually, I never thought of
Reserve,
that.
which is
It's
privately
private.
owned
Yeah, that's not,
by
yeah, absolutely.
various groups of people. I'm not going to say who they are because I really don't know who they are. But whatever.
100%.
They print, distribute, secure, and destroy the money when it makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you think about all of that I just talked about, right? They also borrow money to the government, right? Yeah, I want some of that. Definitely. And we talking about spirits right now.
There's other shit
That's
here.
what we talking about.
I mean,
Glenfiddich.
there's other shit here, Rose.
But the ideal of, well, cash is what? It's two things. It's a
whack.
system of control and convenience.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
made up.
Yes.
It's a great idea, right? This idea that I can take this thing or this paper currency and I can use it for commerce as opposed to having something that barters, quote unquote, that's equivalent, right? So
It's all smoke and
you know,
mirrors.
12 eggs equal like I don't know, a tomato. That's an example, right? So using cash requires a couple of different things. You gotta print it, you gotta mint it / print it, you got to secure it, you got to distribute it, you got to also make sure that it's real, right? So it's not like any kind of fraud going on.
Is that why they don't want Bitcoin?
Well, we get to that in a second. You also, when cash get
Cryptocurrency.
worn out, right? You got to destroy it. You got to properly destroy cash, so it's again not used for fraudulent purposes, right? All that said, cash is no different than a magazine. It's no different than a CD. It's no different than a book. It's something that you got tangible. You have to physically produce, and you got to manage it. That requires what? A whole lot of resources and money, again, to make sure that all those things I just mentioned are properly covered. Well, if you make cash all digital, the one thing you can do,
Cut the middleman out.
well, not even just the middleman out, you can cut out resources, which is human resources. You don't necessarily need somebody to guard it with a gun. You don't necessarily need to distribute it, which means now you got to print it, which is minting it. You got to print it, distribute it on a truck with a guard, with a gun, and a dog.
That's
And
a lot. That's a lot of jobs.
resources.
That's a lot of jobs.
It's a lot of
too.
man-hours and
Manpower
resources.
hours.
And then, once it goes like it gets weathered or like you just can't use it because it's kind of old. Now you got to destroy it, right? Yeah. That's a lot of resources and money and man hours. Well, at the end of the day, a person just want to spend money.
Right.
So if cash is cashless, and I just give you XYZ cash in your banking account, and you just instantly go out and spend it at the drop of a dime with a Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay, or a credit card or a debit card, that's way much more easier than
It's
physical
quicker.
cash.
It's like a lot more convenient.
Yeah, it's convenient, and you can track all the transactions. Something like
Actually, I never thought about how important that is.
Yeah, it's very
just being able
important.
to track everything.
I mean,
like once you take it out the ATM, it could go.
It can go anywhere, right? Pablo Escobar had a lot of money in the ground. Well, if cash becomes cashless, that means that it's hard to track money around, like,
Yeah, I heard like
crime
Big
and
Meech
shit
and
like
all
that.
them like had a bunch
Yeah.
of cash and cars,
Just
random cars and shit.
or cash in a house just sitting there, right?
And that's why that movie Dope
Yeah.
was so cool.
Yeah.
As, like when it came out, because it was
Yeah.
talking about cryptocurrencies. And
That was the first movie to talk about
I,
it.
Yeah, it
I
was.
feel like it was.
One-
That was the first time I heard
one
it.
of
Yeah,
one of the
one
first, but like you had a young kid, and he was talking about like, yo, I ran a $200,000 business or something like that through cryptocurrency. I mean, for people who haven't seen it, but that was the first time I heard it in a way that made
Me
sense.
too.
And
Exactly. It was
yeah.
like simplified in a way
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
anybody could watch it and be like, oh,
And it
okay.
was pretty genius.
The
too.
only thing I don't get about that shit, not to jump ahead,
No.
is like how do you cash out on cryptocurrency? Like,
can.
because it's people who are millionaires,
It's like the stock.
but it's just like how do
You
you
cash out.
take you can't, like, you just move
you
it
can.
around.
You cash out before more people get in it. It's like cryptocurrency.
I just don't
is no
understand
different
how
than a
you're a
stock.
millionaire.
It's no different than a stock. It's
Okay.
storage. So you got the first market, you got second market, then you got like IPO, right?
And like chain block.
Blockchain.
Blockchain, sorry,
Well,
blockchain.
that's just the technology,
That's the
of
technology
how
that's used
you
to produce
look
it. Yeah.
at cryptocurrency and how it's mined, right? But how you cash out is, let's be real. The cash out, you need suckers. You do. So if you're invested in cryptocurrency before it goes, mainstream. If you cash out right when it has a tipping point, then you're gonna benefit. It's no different than a stock,
That's true.
right? So as it progressed later on, I guess, and people adapting the technology, the people who were the early adapters and had money to invest in it, that's who goes to make the most money,
Right.
right? Everybody else is just a sucker in front of a sucker.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say it's cryptocurrency is like magic. It's like David Blaine.
They don't.
It's all smoke and mirrors right now.
Technically, it is. I mean, money is that though.
That's true.
Money has no
What
real value.
it has no-
It's all
Idea
paper.
that it's valuable.
We give
And-
it,
and
we
it's
give it
convenient.
value. We give it value.
We give it value because we don't want to have to like haul around goats and eggs and
Yes,
Yeah,
easy change from
yeah.
a
stuff
barter.
like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Easy
way
change
much
from
more
a barter.
easier. Imagine buying a flight to Dubai, because that's where a lot of black people like to go, apparently, right?
I don't
Dubai?
know.
I
How
thought
you
it was
gonna pay
Miami.
for
They
that?
there, I don't want to be there.
How you gonna pay for a flight
That's
to
fucked
Dubai
up.
with some goats? That's a lot of motherfucking.
That's a
goats.
lot of goats.
It's a lot of goddamn goats.
It's a lot of land.
Right? So, I mean, and that's the whole point about money. It is convenient at that level.
Yeah.
But money, like everything else, can be digitized. And, banks would probably figure out how to create their own version of a cryptocurrency or a cryptocurrency.
Yeah. Eventually,
on a
everybody's gonna get
blockchain.
into it. Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's happening now.
That's a super interesting point.
Yeah, and
We should create our own.
We should. How,
So the next-
how do you go about that?
it's behind the scenes. We'll figure that out, but we'll express that to the
Rosie
people.
don't want to give it away
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Nah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Come
some-
on, man. They got to pay for this.
Google it. Just Google
Yeah,
it.
you gotta pay for this.
Just
info.
Google it.
Game is to be sold.
Not told.
Hey,
One of the human interactions of just paying someone back,
Yeah.
you don't gotta do that no more. You just Venmo them. Like, you don't have to go. I mean, to me, I always like the steps of like, if like, say you take someone out, take some friends out, people owe you money. You gotta meet up with them. It gives you a reason to meet up with people and talk with people, and interact with people.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, just Venmo me. It's
Yeah.
like you're losing a
You
human
see,
interaction.
You lose to interact.
I hate the passive aggressive Venmo people. Like, someone who takes you out, pays for all your shit, and then you wake up in the morning with a Venmo request. I'm like, bro, why you ain't just ask me to pay you
I
back?
don't even know motherfuckers.
I
Like
don't
Oh,
even
my
know
bad.
no. Hey, yo.
You don't know
I-
people? Oh,
I'll
my
be
bad.
You
like,
talking about
oh,
they
well.
wait
I'm
the
in a
day
different industry.
later?
Nah.
No,
to get the money?
it's two things. It's people who we all grew up in I think we all grew up in a way where it's like I'll pay, like you'll
Yeah.
pay for me, and I'm like, I got you next time.
Yeah.
It's no question.
It's no big deal.
It's no big deal. But
We ain't homies. if
some
that's
some people I work with, they'll do it in a way where it's like a homey way, but then they'll be like, oh yeah, can you? They won't ask you to pay back. They'll just send you a Venmo request. It's
No,
just
no. That's identified as sucker shit. That's
I
what
think it's a culture thing.
And
Same.
that's why I prefer to have cash. I prefer to have cash because when I go out in group settings, don't send me a Venmo request. Here, take
That's
this.
disrespectful.
Take this shit. and get out of my face.
Y'all just too black.
I deny it.
Now you're being too black.
Too black.
That's too black.
I did. You know why? But yo, you know what I do? I deny a Venmo request until you come talk to me. So that brings me to our segment.
I love this.
Do we care?
Yeah,
Do we care?
Yeah.
All right. First one.
Go.
Drake dropped a new single. Nice for What?
The culture gonna love it.
Has a Lauryn Hill sample.
Oh, so yeah.
I haven't heard it, and
I've heard it.
To be honest,
it's very. I love it, but it's also, to me, it feels a little marketing.
The culture's gonna care, and Drake is a marketing
because if
machine.
you see the video, it's in a good way. It
Drake
pushes a
had a
lot
team,
of positive. It pushes the I think the women's movement, and he talks about like positive, like basically like you don't need a man.
Drake got a team.
He talks about some good
like
shit,
keep your head up?
but it feels a little bit like Keep Your Head Up. But it feels like a lot like Keep Your Head Up with a pop sound, and a Lauryn Hill sample is like, yo, how can you miss?
So
how can
with
you
that,
miss with
okay,
that?
with that said, so he's getting two generations. Cats in my generation who love Lauryn Hill, and the young cats. Drake, yo.
And the people that like to party.
People like, yo.
Because you know you're going to hear that shit in the
You
club.
like or to love that dude, he know how to produce hits, and he know how to keep people talking about
to me, it reminds me of a Beyonce song when she's like, oh, single ladies.
Yeah, it's like
and then all the women start running to the dance floor.
Wait. Sing that again. Do what Beyonce say?
Nah.
He clowning you, bro.
If you didn't catch it,
I almost caught him.
rewind it if you want to hear it.
Nah, but you know, up until you provided those factoids about it, I was gonna say I don't really care because I'm kind of removed from Drake's music. Like Drake is Drake, but
Drake is
it doesn't really matter to me. But the fact that you said he's tapping into all those different things, and I feel it's relevant for him because he's always spoken to women.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Like
it's not when
I first saw the video, I was like, is he pandering to women? But then I thought about it. I was like, yo, he was always like,
so it's authentic
positive
for me.
Yeah,
it's authentic. But
and I haven't heard it. So I'm gonna check it out.
If you're a marketer,
men don't buy music.
It ain't about buying the music. It's about buying the experience around the music. So if Drake come and put out some merch, have a concert, or do some type of donation, don't matter. They're gonna be a part of that. And let's be real, the biggest buying block almost in any country are women.
That's true.
That makes sense.
So if you're a marketer working with Drake, you're gonna tell him you can do whatever you want, but if you're not talking directly to women, you goofy.
Yeah, and that's
real goofy.
That speaks volumes to men and being like alpha.
Men don't buy shit.
Yeah, but I think that's
basically
that's because we don't like to really follow things.
We follow women.
We follow women.
We buy what attracts women.
I tried to tell my wife, I'm like, yo,
it's not that we care about it.
I'm like, man, uber basic. If they saying whatever they saying out their mouth,
it's real.
That's what's on their mind.
There's no metaphor. There's no.
That's
what it is.
If you want a guy
formula, there's no formula. It just in a lot of ways, men are black and white.
They are.
It is what it is.
If you want a guy to do anything, you have to go through the woman.
Basically.
And if the guy is, LGBT, gay, whatever, you got to find.
He's still a man.
He's still a man, but you still got to appease the more
the dominant.
So would you say
you still got to appease the part of him or the person he's in love with?
I was going to say
a little bit more, endearing, caring, for lack of better words, more feminine.
So would you say to get to a person you have to go through their partner?
Yeah, and then when it comes down to men, you got to go through their partner. Because guys are just, goofy as fuck.
Because I mean, I'm not in the LGBT community, but I feel like but I was just gonna say I feel like you would have to go through their partner. Like you have to go through their partner.
If that man, regardless of his sexual orientation,
he's still a man.
He's still a man. You got to go through his partner in most cases.
And that's how you get the money.
That's how you get the money.
Mark Zuckerberg is going to trial.
Okay.
I think he's actually gonna I don't know if he's speaking to Supreme Court, but if you've been following that Facebook shit, should we care?
I don't know. I feel like he's gonna figure his way out of that shit. So I
just don't care. And
I don't
care. I think the question is, should we care or do we care are two different things. And
For me,
should
both.
we care? I think we should. But will people care? Probably not.
Yeah.
Because
I think this segment needs to be do we care / should we care?
Yeah,
Because it could go because it kind of
we
goes
want.
both ways. Damn, that's a good one. All right. My bad. Now you could do that.
Because you know he going to lie. Come on. Okay.
I mean, plenty of people have lied on the stand.
Of course.
All right.
OJ lied.
So
But did he ever testify?
allegedly he lied. Oh, which one? No, are you talking about when he got robbed? When he went to go steal his own shit
However
back?
you want to take what I just said, whatever.
I'm just saying.
I just threw it out there.
OJ is a unicorn,
He is
not in a good way.
he killed them people.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he got off.
He got off, but he killed them motherfuckers. Whatever.
Tekashi 6ix9ine interview on Breakfast Club.
I care.
At first, I didn't care,
But Rose.
but this was 2 weeks ago, and now
Rose-
I'm looking at the views.
And Rose kind of changed.
You didn't
your
change
thoughts
the no.
I didn't change your thoughts on it.
No.
You didn't say, "Oh, I didn't think about it like that." Yeah, you did.
How you gonna ask me and then
Oh, man.
say the answer?
Because
I looked at the views numbers. Yeah, I looked at the receipts.
All right.
8.3 million views.
Hey,
That's a lot.
it's a lot of views.
It's a lot of views.
And I think we care, and the reason why is not because of Tekashi 6ix9ine and his antics and the things that he does. But
Yeah.
if you break it down and you think
Real
about...
quick. Oh,
All right,
no,
sure.
no.
Go, no.
No, the only thing I was gonna say is just looking at the last couple of views on Breakfast Club. Around the Tekashi 6ix9ine interview, Nipsey Hussle 1.6 million, Keenan Thompson 700,000,
Trey Ave got like
Jesus
1 million.
Mero 2.2 million.
But that was only because the envy thing.
No, but I'm just talking about like the amount of guests and the views they've gotten in the last couple of weeks.
There hasn't really been a lot of views.
Monique was
Breakfast Club.
3.1.
That's not a lot of views.
Gary Owens trolling with
The
the
highest
6ix9ine
viewed
was
is Birdman,
2.3.
right?
No,
And Birdman's
yeah.
video was 2 minutes.
No,
That's why it's easy to watch it over and over and over again.
But the point I was just
Respect
saying,
on my name.
Put some respect on it.
That shit is classic. The point I was just trying to make was that the last couple of interviews they had was only in the 2 to 3 million average.
Yeah. Okay.
And his 8.3. That's why people should care.
Oh, only because it's now that's 8.3, but they shouldn't have cared when it first came out. Like when I called it out.
No, when it first came out, that weekend it was at 4 point. They should have. We didn't talk.
We didn't talk about it, and you
was
and
at
I,
4.1. Yeah.
we discussed it.
We had
you
our
and I.
back and
But here's the
forths.
thing, I think people care because it opened up a lot of things, right? You take Breakfast Club in a traditional, terrestrial radio platform, and their ideas and concepts is very traditional. They don't have a lot of respect for young artists. They don't even listen to the music. What was so impactful about that interview is if you listen prior, Lil Yachty said, "I'm the only young dude that comes up here."
Damn.
He
I
said,
didn't hear that.
Yeah, he did
"Go
say
back
that.
and listen to Lil Yachty."
Yeah, he said that.
Every young person that I seen go up on the Breakfast Club, they're not excited to be there. And the reason why is because they don't need that platform.
Yeah.
They have direct consumer
got their own
relationships.
channels.
And he said that in the interview. He
Right.
said he could pull out his phone, say blah 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 blah, and it goes directly to his consumers.
So he said, "Oh, I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm doing you
I just want to say Ryan Leslie actually started that.
what?
Actually,
true.
I don't know if he started that, but
start?
Ryan Leslie was one of the first artists I can remember who he created a website. He would directly
that's true.
sell
Yeah.
to his, and he would directly text his
got this thing
consumers.
that
Yeah,
called
I mean,
Super
but
Bowl.
I don't even think Ryan Leslie started that.
But he
I
got
can
this thing
tell
called-
you,
I mean,
tell
he
you
was-
who I
yeah.
think started it. Little B. Little B started that. Little B.
But was he selling? I don't know if he was selling directly to his
but
consumers.
Little B was, in my opinion, him and Soulja Boy were the first
Oh, yeah.
artists
I would say so.
Soulja Boy.
that
Really ran with
spoke
social.
directly to their consumers.
Especially with
Little
social
B
media.
would reply. This interview is a Little B staying up till 4:00 in the morning, tweeting people back, thank you, tweeting, and then that's how
Engaging.
Kevin Hart
Engaging their audience.
exactly. So to that point, Tekashi 6ix9ine doesn't need the Breakfast Club, and just to get into it, like I'm not even gonna hold on to this too long, but
I mean, that
for
leads us
me,
to the next.
it's like for me watching that interview was like the beginning of the end for the Breakfast Club. That's why I think that was important, and the reason why is because they don't do research on anybody they interview. They came on, and the first thing that they asked him, they never asked him anything about his music. They asked him controversial shit.
Well,
They
he said, "Let's get into it."
No, yeah, he said,
introduced
let's
it,
get
yeah.
into it. Right. No. First of all, they asked him, oh, how'd you get your name Tekashi 6ix9ine? Like, obviously, if you've never seen any other interview with this dude, there's other interviews out there, him explaining that. So why are you asking them that on this platform? You obviously don't care. You didn't do, like, this is not like a Nardwar. This is not like a Nardwar kind of fucking interview where Nardwar does the research and you're like, wow, I didn't know you knew that. I didn't know you knew that
Yeah.
I went to high school on Pine Street.
Right. I mean, in their defense, I think sometimes they ask certain questions just to have it like, you know, it's out there and people could do the research, but you ask it on your platform so that they can
Bro,
just
that's
re-answer it.
old as fuck.
I'm not
That's
saying it's
old
a good
school.
way to do it.
The new dudes is young. Yo, man, they moving and shaking. They don't need some old platform and some ideas that's like outdated. Here's the thing. When Charlemagne asked him questions, and then what he did was he asked him questions right on top of his questions, like, yo, he said something, I'm the hottest rapper out. And then Charlemagne said, no, you're not. He's like, what? Why? How am I not? And he's like, yeah, you're not. And then he was like, yo, I have this on the billboard. I got this on the billboard. I got blah, 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 blah. How am I not the hottest?
I think he said hottest in New York.
Hottest in New York,
Yeah.
whatever. But Charlemagne couldn't answer any of the questions that he asked him. And he said, oh, so since you know, and my favorite line, he said, since you know so much, explain XYZ. He couldn't do it. Then Charlemagne started talking about, oh, I'm too grown for this. But then he says, oh, yeah, like, I had some conversation with some gang affiliate people and I sent them to DJ Academic. Like, I feel like he played them. He knew exactly what he was doing. He played them, and he understands how to go viral. I feel like he should teach a class to marketers, all kind of people on how to go viral. And he played their game, and he played them out. And it's the beginning and the end of the Breakfast Club. That's why we care.
Damn.
Said,
Damn.
I mean, that leads to the last topic.
Whew.
Going viral.
Did you just predict
I'm
something?
predicting that's the end of
I
the
mean,
Breakfast
it's
Club.
funny
It's
because
a wrap for them.
Maul from Joe Budden's podcast said the exact same thing.
Oh,
a
it's so
while
crazy.
ago.
I don't even listen to Joe Budden. I don't.
I like
this.
that podcast,
There's certain things that I foresee, and it's like because AD, you said that you say this all the time. You say, "Yo, when we talking about Uber versus the cab driver, you say, yo, you gotta evolve. There's no. This stuff moves too fast. You can't be sitting up here talking to people who's 21 years old and DJ MV and Angela Lee. They from a certain era, so you can't be asking them questions from, oh, who's your favorite rapper? Like it's like you didn't even do the math on Tekashi 6ix9ine. You come up here and talking about he sounds like Sticky Fingers or somebody from Onyx. If you listen to Tekashi 6ix9ine, he says I was impacted by Rondo number 9, who's from Chicago, who is doing 40 years in jail. But you didn't care enough to go on your laptop to figure out this. Like if somebody coming to your company and you don't go on their LinkedIn, you're not even doing what you're supposed to be doing as an interviewer. So I don't respect that. And this is why this beginning and the end. And this is why these young dudes are so smart. They're saying, you know, we ain't fucking with this. These are some old bullshit artists. Migos go up there, they don't even talk. Kodak Black go up there, he got a ski mask on. They don't got no respect for them.
He kind of need his ski mask on because he is sorry.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. Like,
I mean, yeah,
respect.
I think respect the
you give
youth,
respect, you get respect.
and then also you gotta. I think AD, you said plenty of times, the youth are the future, and it's just
They
like
are.
you gotta move with them or get moved on.
You know who is the new Breakfast Club? DJ Academic, because he talks. If you ever look how they talk to him versus how
He
they
don't
go
do no
up,
research though.
Talk about
Who?
academics.
DJ
and
doesn't
stock.
do he doesn't do what?
Actually, let me take that back.
Yeah, please take that back.
He
'Cause
there is some he just
he's on the pulse of
he
the
just throws out
ratchet
gossip
bullshit
sometimes.
culture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but to me, he's World Star Part 2.
He is, but he's on the pulse of it, and these young people are communicating to him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club
Yeah.
is not doing their job, and that's why they're going to be out of here soon.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I just think they've covered so much that it's just like how much more that if they are out
Then
there,
they shouldn't
I
interview
think it's
people.
just
If you're
I
not
think-
ready, you shouldn't interview
I think
people.
no, I didn't. I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say they've covered so much. It's like how much more could you cover
What did they cover?
in terms of just like they interviewed
Dr. Oz.
Dr.
to
Oz, Hillary Clinton,
Eric Hillen. Spike Lee. To
not
Monique.
Mad people interviewed all these same people.
But I'm just saying though, like that's what I'm saying. My point is, there's only so like Oprah's show can only last so long.
It has
Dr.
its
Phil-
run.
But
Exactly.
it evolved
Everything-
into something
everything
else,
has-
though.
everything
like
has a run.
Oprah evolved into something else, and
She
then you
evolved
had
to a network.
It's a network, and then you had Iyanla, Fixing My
Yeah.
Life, and DMX was up there.
I just don't see the Breakfast Club evolving into anything beyond that.
because they don't care. To
Well,
evolve.
number one, they don't own it.
He played Charlamagne. He said, "You know, if it
Clear
wasn't for
shot on
this,
that.
I wouldn't know you from nothing else." He said, first Charlamagne said, "I'm not running down my resume," something like that. And then he started talking about, "Oh, I have a best-selling book." You have a best-selling book for 1 week. That doesn't mean a bunch of people went and bought 1 million copies of your
Most
book.
people
That
don't
just
read.
means that your book was new and 38,000 people. I'm making this number up, but these X amount of people bought the book. All right, cool. He's saying I'm the hottest. You did not tell me why he's not the hottest.
And this, what's his name? 6ix9ine? What the fuck?
Tekashi.
Tekashi 6ix9ine. Let's be real. Is he gonna really be around?
We don't know.
In 2 years?
We don't know.
We
He's
don't
the
know.
hottest now, but that shit. Like when Jay said that I'm the hottest rapper now, that really don't mean anything.
It don't mean that.
It's cool for right now. And guess what? Right now ends Monday morning.
Exactly. And they going up there talking about, oh yeah, you starting beef and we worried. When has the Breakfast Club ever been concerned about somebody's health or somebody starting beef? They have all kind of gang members up there. Like, come on, knock it off, man. Y'all trolling. And now he just trolled y'all. And it's a
Well,
wrap.
let's talk about
Ultimately, we
going
don't give a
viral.
Come on, man.
Going viral.
Going viral because you were saying you got a good point that he's like
He's
he's really good at that.
He's good at that now, but I mean,
But companies are trying to go viral. So like
let's talk
I think-
about that,
Yeah,
right?
let's talk
I
about
mean,
Let's
because
talk
we
about
all work in some form of marketing, right?
Marketing.
But
because it's basically PR. It's like free
it's
promotion.
free,
People
earn
post it, yeah.
media, whatever, right? But viral is not sustainable.
It's not.
No, at the end of the day, it's like you can go viral as a brand, and that garners XYZ attention. But at the end of the day, it's about like, what's your supply chain? How are you selling? Or you meeting the demand of your consumers? Like, I mean, look, we all made like the Yeezys, but Adidas make more money than the Stan Smiths. That's an easy silhouette to produce.
Exactly.
To produce all those Yeezys, it would cost them a lot of money. And all those custom sneakers that we all like. At the end of the day, those guys from Nike to any brand, it doesn't even matter like sneakers. You can take that to like TV. You can take that to any kind of apparel or whatever, consumer packaged goods. They make money off the supply chain.
Mm-hmm.
How can I provide a product or a service that anybody can have access to? So going viral is good for the immediate moment, but it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
And where
It's good to get a
viral
buzz.
Now, it's a good buzz. What's cool and viral now is whack in a year from now. Not even a
Right.
year. 2 months.
Only thing.
Rat
with the
pizza?
exception-
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one
You
cares
remember
about
the
that
stuff
shit.
that Old Spice did with Terry Crews when his muscles were playing all.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope.
That was
That's
actually-
whack as shit right now.
Yeah.
That was viral at the moment, but
That's
it's
true.
completely whack right now.
I mean, unless it's like a meme, like the Jordan face that's been around for like. I
That's
feel like
different.
That's
But that-
different.
but
That's different.
Yeah.
Some
But I'm
things-
just saying that's
but you can't
hilarious
plan that.
still. Right.
A brand can't plan
you
that.
can't plan that.
Not even Jordan can play. He tried to get the shit removed from the internet, and you can't.
He should have
Nah, but
capitalized on
no,
that.
but I love that. Like,
I love it too.
I love it.
But I just think a brand can't create viral content that is sustainable. Like that's a happy accident.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. All right. Yo, man, that's a great way to end it. Episode 8. Tune in for the next one.
No soft talk when it comes to telling the truth.
I like that.